on, guys? Eradication here, and today we're going to be talking about the all-new, amazing, super budget phone of Apple, the iPhone SE2. I'm just so hyped about this, so hyped. So straight to the point. A couple of years ago, Apple had released the iPhone 8. It was good for its time, but it turns out to be quite useless now because of the kind of features that it has. And the brand new iPhone SE 2020 is just sort of like that same model, but with a couple minor tweaks here and there. So the new iPhone SE2, my frank opinion, is that I just absolutely love it, because after many years, after its first generation iPhone SE, this one is not at all a bummer. It is extremely good in Apple's budget line, and the kind of price that they're offering this for, it seems unlike Apple, because they're giving us a very high-end phone for quite a cheap price, which is I think nearly $400 in the US, which will come up to be 34,000 rupees, I believe, in India, but that's what we have to wait for. So this new iPhone SE2 is quite impressive. Now, one of the major things that they've done from the older iPhone SE is that in the older one, the back was of aluminium with two bezels on the top and the bottom of white color, but now they've gone for the glass back, which I would say makes the phone look adorable, makes the phone look brilliant. However, glass backs are something that people are quite really scared of, because once it breaks, then you're just gone. So that is something to keep in mind, but all in all, it looks very good. Now, what Apple has done is they have removed all of the details from the phone. They have taken the Apple logo from more towards the top to exactly the pitch center of the phone. In the bottom, the word iPhone is stated quite notably in bold. So all in all, it looks quite good at the back and in the front. So on the front, what they've gone for is they've had the top and bottom of black in every color that you buy. It comes in three colors: black, white, and red. And in all three of them, the front is completely black. So, and you can't even notice that there is a home button out there. You just have to feel it. So that makes it look even more better. So that was about its looks, its design. Now let's talk about some of the features that it offers, which is one of the most exciting parts. So the Apple iPhone SE comes with the home button as usual. It has Touch ID. For the first time, it has Touch ID. I am super hyped about it, because Face ID isn't something that I would want to buy, especially in such a case where everybody's wearing masks. So Touch ID is much more reliable and stuff, so I would always prefer Touch ID over Face ID. So that was a very good addition. Also, this new iPhone SE will bring back the old generation, the iPhone 7, iPhone 8 feel of the home button with the haptic touch feedback. So that is something I'm looking forward to quite a bit. So now if we talk about all of its technical details, obviously it doesn't have a notch display because it is the budget line of Apple. So obviously it won't have the notch display, but without it also, it's brilliant. I mean, there's no words in here. There's nothing that I didn't like about this phone, and I'm just truly speechless about it. So now if we jump into performance of this phone, Apple has literally just put in their most powerful chip whatsoever into this phone. So as you all might know, the iPhone 11 comes with Apple's brand new A13 Bionic chip, which is exactly what makes up the part of the SE2. In the SE2, you have variations in the storage capacity starting from 64, I think, and the RAM is 4GB, 8GB, whatever you prefer. And it comes in three colors, as I told you: white, black, and product red. Now what they've done is, this time with product red, instead of donating all of the money to AIDS, they're this time giving it to the COVID-19 relief, which is quite good, I believe. A big donation from their side towards the global crisis. Now what also comes to my mind as soon as I look at it is the camera of this phone. They have literally just taken the camera of the iPhone 11, compressed it into one camera, and they've given it to you. They have done wonders in this phone. So the camera has portrait mode. It has all of your mono lighting, studio lighting effects in its portrait mode, which is exactly what the iPhone 11 also offers you. And the phone itself has 4K, just like the iPhone 11, complete 4K. And I believe I have seen quite a few videos on how its 4K is, because at first glance, I literally didn't think it would have been so good as to what it currently is, but they've just done it. So that is a big step up. So if we just look at these photos right here and videos, then all of you might see, as I have seen, that the iPhone SE is completely, I can say, better than the iPhone 11 and the Samsung S20 Ultra that has just come out. I believe its camera is just so good. And there's not much to say about it, because the rest of it is just like the iPhone 8, which Apple had already released a couple of years ago. Now, obviously, since Apple has gone with such a budget phone segment of theirs, one thing that they will surely not offer quite a big is obviously the screen. Now I would say that the screen is nothing as compared to today's standard, and by today's standard I mean this, and this, which is the Samsung S20 Ultra, the OnePlus 8 newly released, and the iPhone 11 of Apple themselves. So there is quite a small screen in this phone, but it is bigger than the iPhone SE 2, I would say, because they had to do a little bit of improvement in every sector as compared to the older phone, which they have been successful in doing though. So they have increased the screen size from the iPhone SE a little bit, which has made a considerable difference. Now the screen size that this phone currently has is just, it is like the perfect screen size, I would say. It's not too big, it's not too small, and it just fits in your pocket, it comes in your hand quite nicely, and it is just perfect. Now the next thing is weight, obviously. Now I have seen some of the newer phones. I have seen the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max. They can get quite heavy, so what they've done is made this phone quite I would say light. If you put it in your pocket, it doesn't feel like a weight, and it doesn't even feel like it's not there. It feels like something is there and its weight is perfectly balanced, so it gives you a quite a nice feeling over and over. And now if we see that, then we see that this phone is quite simple. And if we talk about the general details, then obviously it has the charging on the bottom, it has the speakers as usual on the bottom. Now it still doesn't have the headphone jack, which I would recommend Apple, please put it in. I need it, the headphone jack, please do that. And then if we talk about the other normal things, then it has the big top and chin, just like the older iPhones before the notches came around, and it quite a lot of matches the older iPhones. But if we look at its price, okay, for everything that Apple is giving us, it is just brilliant. So now if we talk about all of the other details, then it is IP67 water and dust resistant, which is quite important. It has quite thin and narrow bezels, I would say. Now some areas where Apple has really compromised is that it doesn't double tap to wake up, which is, I don't even know how many times I've used that. Must have been, all the time. And one thing that they have also compromised on, which I just absolutely hate about this, is that they've still only got a 720 pixels display. And I would say that for today's generation, today's standard of phones, at least a 1080p phone is quite necessary. And also if you're going out to sunny places, if you are quite a bit in traveling, then I would not suggest you to buy this phone, even though it has a brilliant camera, because the brightness levels of the phone is nothing, and it just doesn't match up to the current standards that we have going on in the world. The brightness is a bit of a bummer, but that is negligible if you are indoors all the time stuff. So okay, so now if we come up to something that is quite important for some of you, which is battery life of this phone. Now since Apple has made such a small phone, such a compact phone, and such a thin phone mainly, they have put up quite a small battery. I think it's under 2000 milliamp hours, which is quite less, but you can easily make your day through. So even when it's brand new, it'll last for a day to the max, which isn't anything compared to the battery lives that they were giving in their 10R in their iPhone 11. So yeah, that is a down point in here. However, this phone in standby mode is quite lengthy. It can stretch up to long hours in standby mode, that is. And also, this is like one of the first phones that I've seen which can really extend their life. So this is one of the only $400 phones that I believe which can have such a long life. And by life, I don't mean battery life, I mean the time that it can last on its performance. That could be quite high. Now if we talk about taking photos from this phone, then obviously, as I told you, the camera is very good. It can take extremely good photos when you have the adequate lighting. It can take just brilliant photos, no doubt about it. However, when it gets to the grainy, small, compact objects that you're trying to take photos of, it might start to stammer a little bit, I would say. It might start to lose quality and the kind of photos that it can take. And also, if you are taking a photo in a little bit less light, then things start getting a bit grainy. And if you're taking it in dark modes, then obviously with such a compact camera, it doesn't have the night mode. So yeah, you'll have to look out for that. So I would say that is pretty much it for this review. I would say that the strategy that Apple has been following for, I think the first SE came about 4 years ago. So this strategy that they've gone with for their lower end but offering good phones in their SE or special edition row is quite a good idea. The world likes buying it, the world doesn't want to spend a lot, and with this new phone, Apple has even more improved that lineup of theirs with offering very good features. And I believe this line is much better than the regular iPhones that they give, the iPhone X10, the iPhone 11. I believe this is better as compared to those because of its budget mainly. So that was it for the review. The iPhone SE is the perfect budget phone out there. If we talk about a phone, if you want a very good, you can say, battery life, then you have the Oppo S2. If you want a phone with a stylus, then you can go for the Xiaomi. And if you want great battery life, then you'll have phones like the Pixel 3a. But the Apple iPhone SE 2 is a master of all.